Thank you. I would like to also speak to another document because I think it's important enough to merit some debate, and that is the annual statement on Our North, Our Future, white paper on developing Northern Australia, which I think is
number 33.
Yes.
Yep.
Senator Canavan is in the chamber at the moment, so I'm sure he'll be pleased to know that somebody is looking closely at the report that he's provided. Although I would have to say it's a pretty disappointing one. It's just 6 pages, and it's really like a 6-page press release, ranting on about the government's magnificent achievements. And look, I'm not going to be mindlessly partisan and suggest that the government hasn't done anything, because they have done some things. But a lot of this, frankly, is sloganeering from the minister, and it's a pretty disappointing statement in terms of the content of it. There are aspects there that are specified in regards to better roads and rail, and that is certainly something as a Queenslander I do support in general. The issue, of course, is where those rail lines go and where those roads go and who benefits. And if they are rail lines, as we all know, rail lines being proposed to open up new deposits of thermal coal in Northern Queensland, then that might benefit a small number of people. It might benefit a massive multinational like Glencore or Adani, maybe Gina Reinhardt or Clyde Palmer. But for the vast majority of people in Northern Australia, in the long term, it is not what is needed. And when we do have money that is available to invest in Northern Australia, as is needed, then it is crucial that it is done effectively for the sustainable long-term good of those communities. I was in Rockhampton. In fact, I saw Senator Canavan's office. Very nice big picture of him out the front there, I must say, in the street there. But met with a number of people there, and some of them very publicly, some of them not so publicly, but all of them, and some of them in areas of business, some environmental campaigners, some of them community service organisations, all of them with ideas about areas where often quite small investments in their community could bring significant economic benefit and significant community benefit, not rely on the boom-bust cycle that has actually caused significant damage to some communities and towns in the regions. And they were unanimously appalled that the Rockhampton City Council, for example, was spending ratepayers' money on an airstrip for Adani, well outside the council area, as were, and as are, of course, the people of Townsville, whose council was doing the same thing. So the fact that there needs to be government support for projects and infrastructure and sustainable, long-term, stable jobs that will build communities in a region is not controversial. Everybody supports that. Key issue is how that money is used, and unfortunately in Queensland, as in many other areas, there's a sad history of misguided mega projects which are just wastes of public money at best, and often deliberate pork barrels to benefit party donors or key constituencies at worst. And we do need to do much better than that. Look, there is one area there that's in this report that I'll try to say something positive about, which is in regards to the area of research and innovation. A lot of people don't realise that one of the biggest employers in Rockhampton is the university there, in Central Queensland University. Been there a long time now and has developed some very significant, very valuable programs, not just for people in Rockhampton and Central Queensland, I might say, but they have campuses in many other parts of the country, have a campus in Mackay, and they play a very significant role in skilling people in that region to meet needs that are there. And that includes significant social service areas like aged care, like workers, to meet the need that is already there and will be greater as the National Disability Insurance Scheme is rolled out. So the investment needs to be put in there, and in a way it's positive to see a recognition that we need world-leading research and innovation in the north. And of course, further north in Townsville, James Cook Uni is a world leader, particularly in marine park research, which is why they can repeatedly tell us with great expertise how much damage and how much danger the Great Barrier Reef and the marine park surrounding it is, because of the refusal of this government to do anything other than continue to try and burn more and more coal. But unfortunately, if you look at some of the research centres that are being supported, you've got to question whether that's the best place to be putting it. And that sort of detail in this report again gives me great cause to think that the government's priorities are very much in the wrong direction when it comes to Northern Queensland and Northern Australia.
Thank you, Senator Bartlett. So you are moving to take note. So the question is that the motion is moved by Senator Bartlett to take note of document number 33 be agreed to. Those of that opinion say aye. Against, I believe the ayes